City Charter Review Commission. And I think we have the chair of our Charter Review Commission, Ms. Linda Zartler, who will talk to us. Linda.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. We appreciate the opportunity to present some of the recommendations from the Charter Committee. The Charter Committee did consist of the appointees the Council sent to us. Myself, Jeff Haberstroh served as Vice Chair, Christina Bergman, Stan Leach, Jimmy Locke, who, by the way, was a member of the original Charter Committee from 1994, which was passed in 95, Lance Pettigrew, and Mike Schultz joined us, the former mayor. Ben Thatcher sat in, as well as Lori Carroll, to provide us administrative background. And we had the attorney, Charles Zeke, I think that's how you pronounce his name, to provide us legal support. We were asked to look at the entire charter, which we did. We ended up with a proposal of 15 different amendments, but with the legal consultant telling us we can combine them, we end up with a total of 11 measures for council's consideration. Again, council can take this, they can add to it, they can do what they would like with it. They could disregard any recommendations, but these are the recommendations from the charter. I did put all of the recommendations together in the same manner that they would be grouped for the propositions. This is trying to make it a little bit easier for the general public to understand. If we listed the actual documentation from the charter, it would be very burdensome on the actual ballot. So you will see that on the bottom of the measures, the attorney has recommended a simple proposition. Mayor, you tell me, would you like me to go through each and every one of these, or?
No, Linda, I would just say, again, our council has agreed that they're going to read all the materials that have been handed them. And I think tonight was a chance that's in the packet that was sent to everybody. Everybody had a chance to review those. I don't think you need to necessarily articulate those one by one. I think if people
I appreciate that.
A question they could ask. I see Mr. Councilman Scott has a question.
Yeah, thank you. One of my questions I was reading through some of these was there was amendment to change or modify the terms. The suggestion was to modify from a 2 to 3 year. What was the reasoning behind that? What's better, 3 versus 4, or change it to 2? What was the specific reasons for that?
2 is very common. 3 is more common if you're going to alter the terms. You do that because it takes a while, and I know we just got a new council member on, Bodie Bryce, saying that with the steps that you have to go through to learn and bring yourself up to speed on what your job is going to be, the commission felt a 3-year term would give you a chance to jump in, get your feet wet, and then actually make some progress. If there's some ideas that you have to try to bring to fruition for the public, 2-year terms is very short. Unless you get reelected, you will be just getting them before the council and knowing what you can do, what you can't do, and then your term would lapse. So we looked at it in that aspect. Also, if you go to a 3-year term and if it's staggered, as the commission is suggesting, you will find out you will be able to save some money for elections. Based on the input from the city secretary, you may spend $12,000 for a simple election. If you're doing this every year, it starts adding up. You can do 3 council members as you do now, 2 years running, and skip a year. So you would save money. So we looked at it in that aspect also.
Was there any consideration to do? I'm not going to say a study, but did anyone look at, is there a higher rate of resignations in terms of higher than 2 years?
We did not do any research in that manner, no. So I wouldn't be able to answer that.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The purpose of tonight's agenda item, again, we've had a chance to look at it. The act of receiving the recommendations is an important first step. And then council, what we would do is probably at the next council meeting between now and then, research, understand, and cogitate on the recommendations that came from the commission. And then we would need to, and I'm going to ask Lori to step in and correct me if I make a mistake here. We're going to need to decide if we want to put any or all of these changes that are recommended by the commission on the November ballot. And we have to do that in a certain window of time. And our window of time to do that is going to be at this either the next meeting or the first meeting in August. Lori, can you correct me on that?
Yes, sir. We plan to call for the election at the next council meeting, July the 28th. We have just until August the 7th to call for an election. So our next council meeting would be after that. I believe it's the 11th. So we would have to do it the next council meeting.
And the reason for that, Lori, is we have to have a minimum of 90 days, and then there's just a certain window of time in which we can declare that we want to put something on the ballot for November, correct?
Correct. There is a time frame. Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, feel free to ask Linda any questions. Otherwise, the recommendation from the commission is up in front of council to be received and to be considered for putting on the ballot at the next meeting. Any other questions of Linda? Quentin.
A motion that we receive the commission's recommendations as stated.
Thanks. Have a motion from Quentin to receive the recommendations from the Charter Review Commission as stated. And I have a second from Councilman Macaluso. Thank you for that. Any other questions or comments? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
And I didn't hear you. Did you were on mute?
I didn't think we took any action on this.
We are receiving it.
Okay. Aye.
Yeah, so the action was simply to receive it. So opposed, nay. So great, motion carries 5-0. So Linda, I just want to thank you and everyone that was on the commission for the work you put into this over the past month. And I know from the reviews that I've read from you and the conversations I've had with others, you guys took this very seriously. And this is one of the most important documents for the city of Boerne because it is the governing document. And so I'm certain the council will take your recommendations, and I look forward to seeing what we're going to do with those. But thank you and thank the commission for all the work you've done.
Thank you very much, sir.
Great, thank you.